We are 9 days away from the Major League Baseball trade deadline, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are at the center of things. They have the number one bat available at the deadline in Eugenio Suarez, and even though the Diamondbacks aren't currently playing, producer Evan, you may want to check, he may have hit another home run in a game that's going on someplace else. That's how good Eugenio Suarez has been as of late. He can hit home runs in games that he's not even playing in. The number one bat available, some high-quality pitching arms, although with the way that he's pitching as of late, I wonder if Zach Gallen's trade value is about as low as it gets. We'll touch on that in hour number 2 of the program. And so Mike Hazen has to navigate all of this. And longtime listeners of this program, those of you who are with us every single day, I'm going to sound like a broken record to you right now. But you know how much I appreciate, how much I respect the job that Mike Hazen has done as the GM here. How I think out of all of the executives here in town, he is number one on my list, and it's not even close. And he has been number one on my list very quickly into his tenure as the D-backs GM. I think he's done a fantastic job building something really sustainable here in Arizona. And so when I saw a story on The Athletic this morning that listed out 6 executives, 6 front offices that were under the most pressure this MLB trade deadline, I'll be honest, I clicked on the story expecting Mike Hazen's name to be on this list. And I expected his name to be on this list just because of the sheer volume of players that he has to trade at the deadline, at how involved he is going to be. Every team is going to check with Mike Hazen and the Arizona Diamondbacks before they make a move for another player. If they're interested in a bat, they're going to talk to the Diamondbacks. Maybe not right away, but at some point in their process, they are going to talk to Mike Hazen and the Arizona Diamondbacks to see where the price is on Eugenio Suarez, to see what the asking price is for Josh Naylor. They're going to check in. He is under a lot of pressure because he is going to be fielding so many phone calls. Is there anybody out there that's going to run up a phone bill more than Mike Hazen over the next 9 days? I'll wait because I don't think there's an answer. So there is pressure in that regard. But pressure, I think, in this instance is how the future is set up based on what you do this deadline, right? That's the way we would view pressure. Did you get the most for your assets? If you are a team like the Yankees or the Mets or the Cubs, and you're right there, you're on the doorstep of a championship. I exclude the Dodgers because they just won a championship. You're at the doorstep of winning a championship, right? Yankees went to the World Series last year. Mets in the NLCS last year. The Cubs spent a lot of money this offseason, traded for Kyle Tucker. They've got a nice team that's probably going to win that division. We know that when they actually try, they can go on a nice run in the postseason. You're on the doorstep. So there's pressure for those teams to put their team over the top. There's pressure to make that 1, 2, 3 moves that makes your team better. That's not the pressure that Mike Hazen is under. And so that got me to thinking, is Mike Hazen under pressure? Do we think his job is on the line based on what he does here at this deadline? If he doesn't get back a perfect return for these players, whichever players he trades at the deadline, is it going to mean his job is in jeopardy in the offseason? Does it mean his job is going to be in jeopardy in 2026? Everybody knows this team is going to take a small step back in 2026 at a minimum. Small step back. Now, I've been one of the few that is not willing to write off 2026 just yet, in large part because of what I think Mike Hazen's going to be able to swing here at the deadline. But pressure to me means stakes. It means there's a lot on the line here. And while I think 2026 does somewhat hang in the balance based on what Mike Hazen does here, I don't think his future is in jeopardy. I don't think the overwhelming long-term future of the Diamondbacks, and what I mean by that is 27, if we have that season, 28, 29, 30. I think they are still right on course. They're drafting really well. They're developing really well. Go look at their position player prospect pool. They don't have a ton of guys that are going to contribute in 2026. They have Jordan Lawler, but Tommy Troy might be 27, might be late 26. When does Drew Jones get in there? Gino Groover, where does he fit in? He profiles more maybe late 26, early 27. So again, they've got some nice pieces. They're 2 draft picks from a year ago. They're 2 draft picks from this year. They're building up a system to where 28, 29, 30, there's going to be names that are coming up and helping this team. So I don't think that's a reason to be under pressure. Are you under pressure because everybody's looking at you? Sure. they're going to be under a microscope because they have the piece everybody wants. Who doesn't want a guy that's on pace for 50 home runs this season? Who doesn't want somebody who overall in baseball is one of the 5 best hitters right now? Top 8 hitter right now? Home runs, RBIs, OPS.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 hitter over the last 3 months.
From a power perspective, one of the top 5 power hitters over the last 3 seasons, Eugenio Suarez.
Over the last season and a half, I think you could sit here and say he's a top 3 power hitter in baseball.
So is Mike Hazen under pressure? Perhaps. Depends on how you want to define pressure. Do I think his job is at stake at this deadline? No. Do I think there is pressure that if he nails this, if he hits a home run here, if he lands this plane and gets back a bunch of prospects that can help in the short term, that 2026 can be a season that is not just a throwaway like some people think? You want to put that pressure on him? Sure, because I think he can do it. But that doesn't mean it's going to be a failure if he doesn't do it. Going to be disappointed? I certainly will be. I certainly will be disappointed if they prioritize more beyond 2026. I certainly will think that was a misstep by them. But do I think that means Mike Hazen needs to go? Do I think that means Mike Hazen is bad at his job? No. I think that's just Mike Hazen looking at the situation and understanding that maybe I do need to take a small step back in 26 and gear up for 27 and beyond. That's the calculation he's making. I'm not willing to throw away a season right